The secret feud between Prince Harry, Meghan, and the Beckhams. We left off in part 1 with Harry and Meghan drifting away from David and Victoria Beckham and aligning themselves instead with Brooklyn and Nicola. But the real story isn't just about Harry and David, it's about Meghan Markle and Victoria Beckham. Because behind every snub, every cold shoulder, every awkward silence, there's a feud between these two women that changed everything. And today, we're breaking it all down. Before we get started, don't forget to hit subscribe right now for more sensational celebrity news. From Hollywood scandals to royal rivalries, this channel is pulling back the curtain every single week. And trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. When Meghan Markle first arrived in the UK, she was stepping into a world she didn't fully know. Newspapers watching her every move, stylists and designers clamoring to dress her, a public ready to pick her apart. So who better to guide her than Victoria Beckham? Victoria lent Meghan her connections, hairdressers, stylists, tips on how to navigate London's celebrity scene. It looked like the beginning of a stylish, powerful friendship. But then came the leaks. Not long after Meghan settled into Kensington Palace life, glowing stories about her friendship with Victoria started appearing in the press. Rather than feeling flattered, Meghan reportedly became suspicious. She believed Victoria was the source. Now imagine it. Meghan, newly married, under pressure, fiercely protective of her image, starts thinking Victoria Beckham, one of the most famous women in Britain, is secretly tipping off reporters. It sounds far-fetched, but Meghan believed it, and she convinced Harry. So Harry did what any husband would do. He picked up the phone and called David Beckham. Insiders say the conversation was polite, but mortifying. Harry asked, in effect, "Is Victoria leaking stories about Meghan?" David, stunned, denied it immediately. Sources say he was mortified that his wife was even suspected. The two men agreed to move on, but Victoria never forgot. In her world, image is everything. Reputation is everything. And to be accused, even quietly, even behind closed doors, was an insult that cut deep. When Harry and Meghan's wedding rolled around, the Beckhams were invited. Cameras caught their stylish entrance at Windsor. But here's the kicker. They were invited to the ceremony, not the reception. That distinction matters, because receptions are intimate, reserved for true inner circle friends. For David and Victoria, it was a clear message. They were useful as guests, good for photos, but not close enough to celebrate. And who made that call? Meghan. Later that year came the Australia tour, and with it, the Invictus Games. Harry had personally invited David Beckham to serve as ambassador. David accepted. But when he got to Sydney, something strange happened. Harry kept his distance. Sources claim Meghan was still suspicious of Victoria. So David, who had flown across the world to support Harry's event, was left hanging. For Victoria, it was confirmation. The friendship wasn't real. For Meghan, it was about control. And for the rest of us, it was the start of a feud that would never heal. Here's where it gets interesting. Victoria Beckham isn't just a former pop star, she's a fashion powerhouse, a global brand, a woman who built her image brick by brick. Meghan Markle, an actress who married into royalty, instantly elevated onto the global stage. Two women, both used to being the center of attention, two women fiercely protective of their image, two women who, frankly, didn't trust each other. For Meghan, Victoria was a threat. Too glamorous, too connected, too powerful in the UK. For Victoria, Meghan was ungrateful, a woman who turned her gesture of friendship into an accusation. It was oil and water. Fast forward. Harry and Meghan leave the UK, launching attacks on the monarchy in interviews and documentaries. Meanwhile, David and Victoria throw their support behind the royals. Victoria designs outfits worn by Kate Middleton. David queues for 12 hours to pay respects to the late Queen. And last year, he was named a King's Foundation ambassador. It's not subtle. The Beckhams are firmly Team Windsor. And that's not just loyalty. it's strategy. In Britain, siding with the monarchy cements their standing. For Meghan, it was another betrayal. Then came Brooklyn's wedding. Harry and Meghan weren't invited. By then, the friendship was beyond repair. But here's the twist. In 2025, reports emerged that Harry and Meghan hosted Brooklyn and Nicola Peltz at their Montecito mansion. Brooklyn, who famously skipped his dad's 50th birthday celebrations, is now closer to Harry and Meghan than to David and Victoria. Coincidence? Or Meghan's subtle way of keeping the feud alive, aligning with the Beckham children over their parents? Either way, it deepened the divide. So let's be blunt. This was never just about a leaked story. It was about pride, power, image. Meghan Markle versus Victoria Beckham was a clash waiting to happen. One, a duchess fighting to define her place outside the royal family. The other, a fashion mogul who worked her way into the heart of Britain's establishment. And in the middle, two men, Harry and David, once close friends, now awkward acquaintances caught in the crossfire. Now in 2025, the feud has frozen solid. Victoria dresses Kate Middleton. David stands shoulder to shoulder with William and Charles. And Harry and Meghan? They're isolated in California, clinging to new alliances like Brooklyn and Nicola. The Beckhams have become symbols of establishment respectability. The Sussexes, symbols of rebellion, and the friendship that once looked so golden, gone. So, what do we make of it? Was Meghan paranoid? Was Victoria unfairly maligned? Or was this feud inevitable? Two women too similar, too ambitious, too protective of their image, colliding in a way that could only end in disaster? One thing's for sure, the days of Harry, Meghan, David, and Victoria posing as one big happy family are long gone. And the fallout isn't just about celebrity drama. It's about influence, power, and the battle for Britain's cultural crown. If you've enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit subscribe right now. We've got more sensational celebrity stories coming, from royal rifts to Hollywood scandals. And trust me, you won't want to miss what's next. Because behind every glamorous smile, there's always a story waiting to explode.